Hello and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. Today we are going to talk about the full moon in Libra, and as per usual I'm going to use a mix of astrology with tarot. So the full moon is happening on the 25th of March. And this is a big one, guys. It is a lunar eclipse. So eclipses, they're the wild cards. They can represent a reset. Things can come in, things can come out. They're like the Tower card of the tarot. Unexpected events can come through. And the reason it's an eclipse is because the sun and moon are close to the nodes. So it's about the nodes of fate as well. A lot of fated energy happening with this one. So this moon is on at 5 degrees of Libra. The moon is in Libra and the sun is at 5 degrees of Aries. So it's a full moon. It's a culmination energy. It's a sense of something is being illuminated in your life as well. Think about the big full moon. You can see the light all of a sudden. So it is on the relationship axis. So a lot of stuff coming up about relationship on the Aries and Libra axes. And it's a South Node eclipse, which means the South Node is about old karma, karmic lessons that we've already learnt, that our soul says, we've learnt that. We don't need that anymore in our life. It can go for whatever reason, but you also gain the gifts and the abilities and the knowledge of that lesson. So it can be very much connected to past life energy, the South Node eclipse. So it's past lives, old karmic lessons you're releasing, and gifts. So this is where people quite literally could come in and come out. And the way they were showing me this was almost like a bit of a sliding doors energy of like parallel energies just coming in and out like that. So someone could come in, someone could leave, or this could just be a pattern within a relationship as well, something. We don't need that in this relationship anymore. And when I say relationship, it can be any relationship in your life. It's just an interaction with another person. But that person's also yourself. The Aries energy is very much I am, me, who am I? So it's very much, this is where some of the people that are either coming in or leaving are related to past lives. So what I get is that there's actually this interesting influx of people coming in from past lives. And it's like at this point in time, they've decided to come back into your life. So it might be one of those people that suddenly you meet them and feel like, I know you. My soul knows you. You know how you have that with people? Or it feels like there's destiny at play, or there's a reason. Sometimes you meet people and it's like nothing. Another time you feel like, you know, it was meant to be, it was fated. So it kind of has that very interesting energy. And what I get is that there's kind of like an opportunity with this reset energy of the eclipse. It's a moment where suddenly patterns can be reset. It's really interesting. And they're also showing me with that, its energy can be reset. So it's like an open door. A door opens for energies to come in that previously couldn't come in. So you might even have some really interesting psychic moments with that as well. But that can also be the release of old patterns, reset of old patterns within relationship. And that could be things like people pleasing. It could be the give and take of relationship. It could be some decision making, who gets to make the decisions, or has a decision been made that's affected you adversely in the past and you're still trying to move past that or get over that. It could be to do with equality themes, who's been selfish, who's acted in their own interests, who hasn't considered the other person. So there's a lot of themes like that coming up. So the real main aspect of the sun and moon is making some positive aspects to Pluto, the planet of the underworld, the planet of birth, death, and rebirth. It's the planet of intensity. It's about, shows you where your power lies, where you have been powerless, where you want to control something, or where you've been controlled. So, but these are positive aspects. The sun is sextiling Pluto and the moon in Libra is trining Pluto. So this means there's a positive and potent energy of flow to the planet of birth, death, and rebirth. So again, we're seeing major endings, major new beginnings coming through, themes around that. But in general, I get this energy of that creates the space for you to step into your power and even feel more confident. So energized and strong, that's something that could come through, but it can also be intense emotions flowing. But whatever it is, it's creating an opportunity to transformation. So with the moon involved, it could also be it's to do with the subconscious. any kind of subconscious beliefs that you've taken on, especially as a younger child as well. And this could be to do with that relationship and power and control in your life and how that's played out through those younger years into your relationships now. And so there's an energy of potentially feeling stronger or more determined to be able to face your fears or to be able to see something really clearly and go, you know what, I want to put an end to that. So the other thing is that the North Node in Aries is conjunct Chiron, which represents our wounds. So this is, again, a potential endpoint or culmination energy, that something's being illuminated to you about a relationship wound, something that maybe damaged your ego in some way or was like a real thorn in your side, something kind of, I feel it as a very pointy energy, like something just got in there and stuck. So it's like, oh, I couldn't get it out and I haven't been able to heal from that for a long time. And so it may have knocked some confidence out of you or a sense of your identity. You know, it felt hard to work out who I was with this thorn stuck in your side. So this may be an understanding, and there could be something illuminated around that, an understanding about some of the role that energy, the incident that, or the event that wounded you, or this could be again around subconscious core beliefs and how some of them have played the role in even conditioning. Absolutely. Conditioning you or how you've reached this point now in your life. So it's very much this power in the present moment. I've reached this point now. I have the choice to reset, the opportunity to reset, and I see everything from the past with this new light that's coming in. So it gives you the opportunity to see what lies beneath. You know, there's this trine to the underworld. And so what has been there in the underworld all along? What is ready to go through a process of birth, death, and rebirth? What are you ready to let go of? So there is actually also a very beautiful another positive aspect with the two benefics. And this gives us the opportunity for forgiveness, to connect into a more caring energy, compassion, self-love. And it's creating opportunities for tangible learnings around that. That this could be slow moving, absolutely. So it might take a little while for this to really sink in and to really understand what this is in a way. But it creates a sense of a slow expansion on the material realm, especially around themes of self-worth, things you value, things you want to attract into your relationships, what sort of relationships you value. And so definitely could be around money as well, how you've been attracting money or working with money in your life. So let's have a look at pulling some tarot. I want to pull actually an angel card. Speaking of which, I thought I was pulling all these other cards, but I'm just following my intuition, a message from the angels coming in around this very potent and powerful eclipse energy. What is the first message? No need to worry. Okay, no need to worry. That's interesting as well because we have Mercury and it is starting to slow down. It will be going through a retrograde cycle at the start of April. So there could have been a lot of mental, like Mercury in Aries is very direct, but very active. It was been moving really, really super fast. It might have felt like you just had a lot on, or you were thinking about a lot, or doing a lot, or creating a lot, writing a lot. But that can feel a sense of, oh, there's just so much going on. It can even be overthinking in a way, but it has this opportunity to be able to slow down a little bit now, to actually start processing some things. And there may have been something that was on your mind that was worrying you. So I want to pull just an overall energy for this moon. So what is the overall message that we're getting here? And you know, it is very destabilizing, the eclipses. You know, something could come in, something could come out. It has opportunities to reset, and it can unsettle people as well. So the angels are just reassuring you. I'll move my Pluto cards out of the way. No need to worry, because we do have this Queen of Feathers here, perception and truth. This is actually quite literally the Queen of Swords, which is the card of LIBRA. So that is actually the perfect card to come in, perception and truth. And I love this card because This is the little bat that flies through the darkness, flying into the underworld, flying in and saying, I don't know where something is going. I felt blinded in some way, but I've had to trust my intuition. I've had to trust my feelings to navigate my way through through the darkness, through some of the more intense energy. And there's an opportunity here to really trust your intuition, to trust your feelings, to find that inner clarity where there hasn't been any in the darkness in the past. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And the Queen of Feathers the bats use sonar. So let's pull these are my Pluto cards. They are based on the Greek mythology. So let's ask. This queen is flying through the underworld, and we have, what is this about? The Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is an endpoint. Tens do represent endings. And this card in particular, we can see the generations being displayed here. It's very much around ancestral energy, generational family stuff happening in here. It could have been some kind of ancestral trauma or some kind of belief system, but very much a lot of stuff about family, children, parents, grandparents, how that's played out for you. But this is the Ten of Pentacles. It's the end of the road for something that it does want to bring in, ultimately, this card, more stability. So that is an energy around it as well. So let's pull a card for the sun in Aries. I have my beautiful sun cards. So let's pull a card for the sun in Aries. What role is the sun playing in this? What are we getting around the sun? Oh, that fully fell out. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords, and this is quite literally the card of worrying, anguish, anxiety, overthinking. And this could be sleep as well. It could mean that you wake up. It quite literally could just mean it's one of those full moons that you're really wide awake and you can't sleep with. So that can happen here as well. And it really feels like this is also the card about phantoms and fears, unreal fears. And so the sun in Aries, it wants to bring vitality and life force. And this character has got their head down. They're stuck in their head. There's something that's just been going around and around like a hamster wheel that hasn't been out, like a loop that hasn't been able to turn off. And the sun is trying to give some energy to some life force where it's been sucked out from this draining energy, mental cycle that's been going on here. So it may even just be shining the light on something that really has been worrying you or has just played out and hasn't been able to be reconciled in some way. Now, this could be a trauma loop that's going around and around in the subconscious as well. That can come through with it. Let's ask about the moon. Let's see what's coming in for the beautiful moon, the beautiful full goddess. So the mother energy of the full moon in Libra. What is the message for the moon? The full moon in Libra. What is the message that the moon is giving us? Let's have a look at what is coming on. So yeah, I mean, Libra is the element of air, so there potentially is a lot going on inside your mind there. Yeah, Ace of Swords. And this is the clarity that comes through. There's clarity, absolutely. The Ace of Swords represents a new beginning, a new cycle of thinking differently, seeing something differently, perceiving something differently. It can represent the truth as well. We've got perception and truth coming in with this beautiful Queen of Feathers. So it's like this moment of truth, perhaps. Perhaps you just suddenly see something really clearly, and it's like your mind is freed. From that moment onwards, you can free yourself from an old pattern through this illumination, through this understanding. It doesn't mean the journey getting there is going to be easy in any way. And potentially it already has been very wounding and challenging to get to where you are. But it's potentially some kind of new form of communication, new person you're talking to, or new sense of honesty and truth and clarity ultimately that comes through with this Ace of Swords. So that is, once you know, you can't not know, and the truth can hurt. It can also free you and liberate you. And I feel like it's got a bit of everything in here. But with that Pluto energy, it really is, Pluto works in black and white. It does like to show the truth. and it doesn't mess around. It's like, this is the truth. And so, yeah, I think the truth can liberate and free. Absolutely. So let's finish it off with an affirmation card, affirmation energy around this. That one just popped out. I am worth loving. Isn't that beautiful? I do not have to earn love. I am lovable because I exist. Others reflect the love I have for myself. And that is actually what they're saying, is that is the higher message of this moon. Despite all the drama that could be around with relationships and revelations and seeing the truth and being able to let go of old patterns or people coming in and people coming out, whatever's happening for you, the core thing about this at the moment is about your self-worth and understanding your true self of who you really are, the Ace of Swords, and knowing that your true self is you do not have to earn love. You're lovable because you exist. And again, that sense of others reflecting the love I have for myself. This is a very Libra energy of seeing yourself reflected back through an other. And so this creates the opportunity, whatever is being reflected back to you, for you to see that really clearly and to actually be able to utilize that energy and that truth to transform some old wounds around relationships. And there's also some very exciting new karmic energies that can come in with this as well. So that is the reading for the full moon in Libra. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments, and take care.